Hi there, I am Laina Orlando, and I want to give you a concise understanding of the three stages that pretty much all of humanity falls under. And to understand what these stages are about, I want to give you a very simple design. Now, I'm offering this video inside of a playlist that I'm calling The Rude Awakening because you're going to see who is going to be having the rude awakening. And I want you to have an understanding, is that you or not? So all of humanity believes that we are on planet Earth and that this planet is our reality. Then, as we begin to understand that there is more to life, we begin to expand our awareness. And what happens to us is that we're not, I'm going to use this as a human, we're not just a human inside of the earth and our worldly reality as the only reality. As we're expanding our awareness, we literally begin to understand that there's so much more. And we allow ourselves to not only accept that we understand that we are humans on planet Earth. Let me just go ahead and put Earth here as part of the awareness. We begin to realize that we're one with the cosmos. So I'll put this here, cosmos. We expand our awareness to the all that is. Now, of course, the cosmos is beyond a circle, but I'm just drawing a circle to show mindset. So either we have the mindset that we are here and we are just the earth and what is physical is our reality, or we have a mindset that we are part of something bigger. But then there is a much greater place that we can be, is to know that we're part of something that is absolutely infinite. When we're going through what is known as a spiritual awakening, we are literally moving through stages of consciousness. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that the mind has been wound down. We literally come from the cosmos and our mind gets wound down to a place where we are a tiny little idea of who we think we are. So we operate in a contracted level of awareness, and all that we know is what's right in front of us. It's our home, it's our job, it's our family, our community, that's it. Then within the world, we begin to expand ourselves and begin to understand more about others, and we expand our awareness of what is here and how to be in service. And then we begin to realize, oh my God, we're one with all that is. And then we really care about the environment. We really care about all that is because we're one with it. But then there's that level where you really are operating outside. To be fully outside is to understand what oneness is all about. I'll just write the whole word. What oneness is all about. This is the understanding of our connection to Source, knowing that we and the Father, Mother, God are one. This is the realm of the truth, ultimate truth. The journey that people are on takes us through three distinct stages, and that's what I want to show you. The beginning process of the journey is we're creating a bridge from what we've been taught out to what we actually are. So humanity right now is attempting to wake up from the illusion that Earth is all there is, that physical bodies is what we are, and that what we have been taught by others on this planet is truth. We are waking up and creating a bridge to the ultimate reality with a capital R, where we are realizing we're consciousness. And our consciousness is what has given shape to this physical world. We're not separate, we are within it, because that which is oneness, I mean, it's all of this beyond here that allows us to be in the world but not of it, because you really understand what we are. Okay, so humanity is in the stage right now where we're completing a 26,000 year cycle. We are in the process of separating the wheat from the chaff, and I want to show you how that's happening. So the chaff is those who are operating inside of the physical world is their reality, Money is what has power. Those who have money is who has power. The medical establishment knows what's better for you. The education system knows what you need to learn, and only they have the right information, because you pay them a lot of money to get the degrees that they decide you can have. Where the government dictates who gets to be free, who doesn't. Where the legal systems are established by people who are elected or selected, and basically there's a lot of external influence. Religion tells you where God is, and religion tells you if you're a sinner or not. So this is a world that is encapsulated in a very small idea of what's possible. We're at the end of the cycle where we can move beyond this being our reality. Many people for thousands of years, they've been on the bridge. They have been moving out of this being the only reality and opening themselves up to oneness with more that there is. So people who are open to extraterrestrials, if you want to call it that, to non-physical beings in other realms, people who have expanded their awareness to know that this can't possibly be all that there is, that we can't be the most intelligent beings in the universe, when look at what we do to one another. That can't be intelligence. That's clearly a misuse of intelligence. So as we begin to become aware of the more that we are, well, we are going to go on this journey that helps us expand our awareness, so that instead of living in the world and of it, we're beginning to see, oh, there's so much more out there. This is the group of people that question the narrative, that question the media, that question what we've been told. This is a group of people that are beginning to realize that maybe what we've been taught is not true. There is an awakening that is happening, that is helping people understand that there is just so much more to life. And in that becoming aware that there is so much more, there is also an understanding of how it is that we have been kept, why more specifically we've been kept from knowing that, because it wasn't convenient for those who want to control the minds of humanity. It wasn't convenient for them for us to know who we really are. Otherwise we wouldn't buy into the enslavement that humanity has been under. But there's another level. That is what we are moving toward, is the realm of awareness that we are all one. Not only with each other, not only with the planet, but with the cosmos. And we want to be informed. This is what people call dimensions. We want to get our information from the fifth dimension, sixth dimension of consciousness. If you study teachings, like for example, from Dr. David Hawkins, and you study power versus force, and you look at those levels of consciousness, this makes perfect sense. We need to get our awareness to expand by understanding that there is so much more that we don't really know. Moving out of the righteous mind and cross the line. This is a line, if you think about it, this line is a barrier that we have to cross in our own mind. But you cannot come to oneness until your heart has to be fully open. You've got to be in that state of trusting God, source, spirit, whatever you want to call it, realizing that everything is happening for the greater good of all. And you are hearing the inspiration, the intuitive knowingness, the guidance that has you be in the world doing what you need to do, but not of it. These are the people that are the rule busters. These are the people who are not going to sit back and do the same old because that's what they've been told, because they feel in their heart the dissonance with the truth that they know is the truth of oneness, the truth for all of us. So the three levels of people, the three levels of consciousness, of course, is going to be showing up in people. There is level number one, those who really believe what they've been taught. Those who look to the outside for guidance, they are externally driven. So the outside validates, that means they operate in fear. And they really truly believe that they are physical, that is who they are. So they live their lives between birth and death. That is what they know, and that's what they need to do. For them, there is a God out there somewhere, but because they operate in fear, they project it to this God being a God that they need to fear. So the fear of God may drive them even to do some good things, but it's still operating in fear, which is a low energy, which is density. This is the first stage, and humanity has been there for almost forever. This is the second stage. This is the stage where you are 1 foot in the world, 1 foot aware that there is more. So this line right here is what I like to think of as the fourth dimension of consciousness. So this is 4D. This is the 3D world that we have been operating in, and this is all that there is, this solid world. The 4D world, your mind is shifting. You're beginning to process old emotions. You are letting your mind be changed. You are open to that there is more. You know that you're in the world, but you know that there is more. You're beginning to understand that you create your own reality. You follow teachings like teachings that helped me tremendously. The work of Dr. David Hawkins, A Course in Miracles. I began to realize, my gosh, I'm not a body. I am really free. I am the consciousness that projected this body. So yes, I lived as a body, but then I'm realizing, what? My mind is the one that creates my reality? Well, you begin to expand yourself into this awareness. Now what happens is you can look at the world that the ego has made. You can see that this world that is manipulated by the ego, what happens in here is run by fear. And you realize, I don't want to operate from fear. I don't want to just do what this world is telling me to do, because something inside of me is saying love is what is real. And then we open ourselves up to what is beyond, and we realize there's that fifth dimension, 5D. And when you keep expanding your mind, you will discover 6D, and so on and so forth. There is so much more. The seventh dimension, seventh density, doesn't matter what you call it. It just gets lighter and lighter and brighter the further out we go. But humans have been operating inside of the earthly ideas for thousands of years. We have made this our reality. We allow the external world to rule us. Governments are corrupt. How is it that governments are corrupt around the world? Because humans give power to others and say, you tell me what to do. Right now, we are at the point of a massive transition. And I am saying this because I want you to understand that there is, I'm going to call it a last chance, if you will. Not a last chance forever, but a last chance in this cycle, this 26,000 year cycle, where people have to make a choice. Are you going to draw a line in the sand? Are you going to cross into the fourth dimension and expand your awareness of who you are? Or are you going to stay in the 3D dimension, third dimension of consciousness, where you are okay being ruled by external forces? If you are okay with that, then you've got to understand that you're going to experience the consequences of giving your power away to others. Right now, the world is experiencing some fascinating things by non-elected officials around the world who are making decisions that you and I are supposed to not own anything and be happy. They get to own it all, and they get to be happy owning it all, and they're going to be happy with us not owning anything, and we don't get a choice. We are going to have to be happy. That's what they're telling us. They're also telling us they get to eat the meat, but we get to eat the insects. They decide that they get to have freedom to fly their jets around the world, but this is coming. If you read the material that is put out by the World Economic Forum, they're saying that the average person is only going to be able to travel somewhere like the 1,600 miles within a 2 or 3 year period. I can't remember. So this is why they're creating these medical passports, so that if they decide, you know what, you've already exceeded your travel for the 2-3 year period that we're giving you, they can cut it off. everything is going to go digital because they're going to cut it off. As a matter of fact, there are some states that already are passing. There are regulations that were recently passed that all vehicles are supposed to be electric by a period, I think in the 2030s. I can't remember exactly when it is, but do you know what's going to happen when you exceed your travel mileage? They're going to cut off your vehicle and you can't do anything about it. They're attempting to move us into digital currency that they get to manipulate, not the ones that we want to participate in that are absolutely, totally, completely not run by the government, but are run by transparently by all of humanity. So you are at the point that you have to make a choice. Are you going to be externally driven, or are you going to allow yourself to listen to the voice for God? God of your own understanding, because the word God is made up by humans. So you can call it whatever you want to call it, but we all have within us an innate knowingness that we are part of something grander. But the thing about this is that you cannot move into these higher dimensions if that something grander is okay for you, but not for others. And when you think that what is grander is external people running your world, then you don't really understand that grander means grander for all. So the wheat separating from the chaff, the chaff is those who are going to need to go through more cycles of incarnations in the 3D world where they are operating inside of fear. The ego runs their lives and they are birth to death. That's all that they're thinking about. If you cross the line, you need to say no to being ruled by external forces. You're going to be done with that. You've got to cultivate a relationship with God. You've got to move to that place where you've got to get your answers from within. You've got to lose your fears. You've got to open up to the creator and allow the intelligence, the absolutely expanded awareness of the truth of who you are as a conscious being beyond all physicality. Then you're opening yourself up to really knowing the truth for all of us. And it's that we were all created equal. It's even written into our founding documents. We're all created equal. Well, you can't get to equality if you're operating in external rulers and others who are not. This is the world of duality, the world of separation, hierarchies, haves and have-nots, rights and wrongs. Here, you're going to be on a bridge to expand your awareness until you can be free to go to the third stage. And this is where we have a lot of people. The majority of humanity is right here in the second stage because they have been at different levels of mind expansion. And the further out you go to know that you are all that is, then your heart opens up more and more and more. You have less interest in controlling anybody. You can't even fathom controlling another person, putting another person down, or putting another person above you. You operate in total equality. This is the realm of co-creation where we are literally, love co-creates with one another. This is the stage of undoing the limitations so that we can be in a space of being informed by love as to what would love have you do. That is the realm of oneness where all are treated the same. We don't know. We cannot even imagine governance where people are servicing to each other. As a matter of fact, that did actually happen in the founding fathers of the U.S. They were selfless. Many of them lost, well, all of them lost what they had. Some of them lost their lives because they were ensuring liberty and the pursuit of happiness for all of us. For all of us. Well, we're returning to the days where you are operating at a level that you're not attached to your body. So if we have to defend equality, you do whatever it takes to defend it, not by putting another down, but by standing. Martin Luther King Jr. was a perfect example of that. Gandhi was another perfect example of standing for the truth of all beings created equal. Jesus was the ultimate teacher of that. Jesus showed us how to walk that path to total liberation and acknowledgement that we and the Father, Mother, God are one. So 3 simple places. Where are you? Do you believe the world has power over you? Do you believe that there's external powers, medical, financial, educational, government, religion? They tell you what to do? Then you're here. It's okay. It's perfectly okay. You're going to have time to undo that karma because it's a world of cause and effect. And you're going to have lots of opportunities, another 26,000 year cycle to work through that. If you are crossing the line into the second level, you know you're not believing what you're being told here. You know that all of this is corrupt, it's made up, and just about everything that is being done in the world is absolutely, completely done by those who listen to the voice of their ego. Because nobody who listens to the voice of God attempts to control anybody else. When we listen to the voice for God, it's about freedom for all. Because you do unto others as you want them to do unto you. So are you going to cross the line? If you cross that line before this season is complete, which is going to be by the year 2030, if you haven't made a choice for God, well, you're making a choice for ego. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you cross this bridge and you move so that God can have its way with you and you have surrendered to the will of God, you are going to be part of what's going to be bringing in the new ideas. The children that are being born today, they're being born in this frequency. That's why I'm so excited about my little grandson who is 18 months old right now. He is leading me to more and more connection to God because he is teaching me how to live in the now, not operating from the indoctrination of the world because he doesn't have it. Very little indoctrination right now. His parents are doing such a beautiful job of letting him come up with his own ideas. He gets to lead the way from the inside out. Not like I did with my daughter from the outside in. I'm going to tell you what's right for you and I'm going to tell you what to think and how to be and how to act. My daughter is letting her son guide her. It's so beautiful to watch. So this is it, very simple. 1, 2, 3. And one is not better than the other. One is just freer, more joyful, fearless than the other. And this one is the stage of doing the work to move from one to the other. This is a bridge. This is all it is. This is a bridge where you expand yourself to know, my God, there's more. But even when there's more and you still have an edge, you're not fully free because freedom means eternal. Nothing binding you because you are operating from God inside of you, which is always infinitely expanding us. If you enjoyed this message, please share it with others. If it wasn't for you, thank you for watching. It's all good. It really truly is all good. This is so beautiful. It's, oh my gosh, when you realize the truth that sets you free, it really sets you free. First, it pisses you off when you find out that you've been under control and that you've been allowing others to control you. But once you begin to do the work of moving through that spiritual journey and you cross that bridge into expansion, then you realize, oh my God, what an amazing thing it is to be a non-physical being having a human experience. And if you want more of my teachings, please go to my website, lainaorlando.com, my YouTube channel. And if you like this, share it, like this message, and have a beautiful day. I love you.